Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have 8 teams for you for the World event and the Faction Assault of Fell Roost. So let's get into it. First things first though, chatathon this Sunday, early morning, butt crack of dawn. I need y'all there, like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., something like that. Let's go. $1 every 3 minutes, $5 every 15. Chatathon. It's like a subathon in the other place. All right, here's the first team. This one I showed you yesterday. I couldn't really think of like a fourth, and plus I had to make so many teams today. I didn't really want to switch this one up. But it's mostly the concept here. And with all these teams, I just want y'all to take them as ideas, mix and match. You know, sometimes you're going to have one troop and not have the other, but take one from another team, put it in, plug and play, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So, right here we have Guard's Avatar and Sir Quentin Hadley, basically. And Guard's Avatar is going to wipe the entire other team for quite a while. And if he doesn't, Sir Quentin Hadley's a pretty good cleanup. And then you have an explodey weapon. Any one you want to do. I just picked one that used a different color than a color that I was already using. So I went down through all the weapons, looked at all the explodey ones that summon and do a positive stats effect, and picked one that used a different color than the colors I was already using. Now, Totec at the bottom, I'm not sure about that, but for some reason I'm on some Totec business this week. It's in like 2 or 3 of my teams, so I don't know. Maybe that's just my thing this week, but yeah, Gobsticker used blue, so that's the reason I used it. There's that flail that's pretty good. There's the twin claws. You could probably go with twin claws if you don't like the Gobsticker because it uses purple. But one of those, you don't have to use Gobsticker. And then Totec, you don't have to use Totec. But the whole concept here for the high-level team is Guard's Avatar, Sir Quentin Hadley. Using Bard class, just 50% start on a class I don't have at 100. And that's that. So that's the first team for the World event. Alright, second team for the World event. I think a good idea if you do not have Guard's Avatar would be to use King Mikhail. King Mikhail has always been a good option for these types of events because he does damage to all enemies and then he explodes a row, or the other way around. And that's pretty cool right now, especially with those gargoyle gems in the game. And if you want to maybe throw some potions on the board or something like that, which you'll see in another team coming up here. By the way, I did high-level, mid, and low-level teams for all of this. So this is like the mid-level team if you don't have Guard's Avatar. So double King Mikhail. Then I used the Razor Claw, I think it's called. It does, you know, brown and another color based on Urska allies or something like that. So I made myself Sentinel class so we could have 3 of them. Sir Quentin Hadley starting nice with 50% mana, so he's on there. He kind of makes the Razor Claw not as good. I'd rather have 4 Urska to make more gems spawn. But it's okay because he's starting nice with 50% mana, so he starts the Mikhails with 50%, so that's like, you know, you gotta do it. So Sir Quentin Hadley and Guard's Avatar are really the 2 superstars of this World event. And if you happen to not have Guard's Avatar, I think King Mikhail would be a really good option, especially if you don't have Dawnbringer as well. So I'm sure there's a few of you out there in the mid-game that do not have Guard's Avatar and do not have Dawnbringer. So King Mikhail, freaking awesome, and you can do some creative things with him, and you'll see that in an upcoming team with potions, with gargoyle gems, to where you can pick the row, explode it, and then hit some potions or hit some gargoyle gems. Went with Sentinel class, like I said, to make the Razor Claw at least somewhat useful. And, you know, double King Mikhail so you can explode twice, do damage to all enemies twice. Remember with the spell damage medal, we want to hit all enemies most of the time. Here's another idea for ya. This one is, I think this one's ultra rare and under, maybe epic and under at worst. I can't remember exactly. I think this one was the one that was ultra rare and under. So no epics on this team. Pretty sure. I'm going to pause and make sure. I can't really tell, but you guys will know. So anyway, pretty sure this one's the ultra rare and under, so the lowest level team that I put on here. So we got Knight Coronet, we got Strigix, we have the ring, that the purple-yellow ring that blows up the amethyst band or something like that, and then Totec once again. Keep throwing Totec on there because it uses brown, and it barriers all all allies, and it has a light storm at the start of battle. So I think that light storm with the yellow restriction and that it uses brown and a lot of the other stuff doesn't use brown and you need to cover as many colors as possible type stuff. I think that's why I was using Totec more often than for some reason. The light storm, the barrier, in that it uses brown, and a lot of the damage dealers don't use brown, you know, just to cover more colors. But Night Coronet hits 2 enemies. It has like a nice skull reduction. It's a good tank. It hits 2 enemies pretty hard, so that's multiple enemies like we always want. If you can't hit all enemies, you might as well hit at least 2 or 3. Then we have Strigic, who does extra damage if you have a storm, a light storm or something. And we're always going to have that because Totec starts you with one. And then when you cast Strigic, you get another one. So you're going to have that light storm pretty much the whole time, which is good because all of our troops are yellow. The Amethyst Band, once again, one of those explodey weapons using a different color to cover more colors. So if you can find another one that doesn't use another color we're already using, then go for it. These are just ideas. Alright, here is the Dawnbringer team. I mean, it's a yellow restriction. You might as well use the best yellow weapon in the game. I think this is like one of the better options if you don't have Guard's Avatar. King Mikhail, Guard's Avatar, Dawnbringer. That's mostly Sir Quentin Hadley. Those are the things you're going to try to go for. Those are the best options this week, I would say. Sir Quentin Hadley, Guard's Avatar, Dawnbringer, and King Mikhail. Alright, so with this one, I did Dawnbringer, and then after I put Dawnbringer on the team, I'm like, well, I need stuff to help him out, help out the old Dawnbringer. So, hey, but it ended up being kind of creative here. We got Uriel the Guardian. The reason she's there is because she's green, so we're covering more colors. We have, but more than that, you'll see in a second. We got King Mikhail, because he's just freaking awesome, and he uses brown. And he explodes a row, and he does damage to all enemies. He can clean up for you, and also then re-mana generate. And then we have Sir Quentin Hadley starting knights with 50% mana, so gotta use them if you got them. And this is this is another mid type of team, a Dawnbringer team, basically just a Dawnbringer team, really. So what you want to do here is you're going to get up your Dawnbringer and cast it, and a lot of the time that's going to be the end of the battle. But if that's not the end of the battle, what you want to do is cast Uriel the Guardian, put some yellow potions on the board. You want to have both Uriel and King Mikhail up. So let's say you cast Dawnbringer, it doesn't wipe the entire other team. Then you have Uriel and King Mikhail up too. Well, you cast Uriel, she makes some yellow potions. If that doesn't get up Dawnbringer, then you cast King Mikhail on those yellow potions. If that doesn't kill everybody, the yellow potions go off, they get Dawnbringer up again, then Dawnbringer kills everybody. So this team will work probably super deep, I think. The Dawnbringer, Uriel the Guardian, King Mikhail, Sir Quentin Hadley team. I think it'll work super deep because it takes into account like if you don't wipe in the first shot. You got the Dawnbringer, then you got the King Mikhail, and then you got the Uriel the Guardian potions going off, getting your Dawnbringer up again to cast it again. Alright, here is the super low level team. So the other one wasn't. The other one was, but this is another one for you. So we went with Dancing Daggers. So if you, the team before this with the Night Coronet and the Night Coronet and what's the other troop that was on there? Strigic. That team. That's if you don't have Dancing Daggers. So here's the team if you do have Dancing Daggers. So it's kind of like, hey, Dawnbringer team, but with Dancing Daggers, and then like Epic and under. That way, this is just for low level people. So Dancing Daggers is a weapon you get from Dervish class. You got to equip Dervish class and get 250 victories, and you get it for free. It hits all enemies. It's like your budget Dawnbringer until you get Dawnbringer. And it hits them pretty hard and jumbles them up and stuff. So here I went with Dancing Daggers, Lion Prince, Paladin, and then Totec again. Totec, that light storm, that barrier. Pretty sweet, right? And using brown, covering as many colors as we can. So we got the Dancing Dagger soaking up all the yellow. Then we got the Lion Prince soaking up red. Then we got the Paladin soaking up green. Then we got the Totec soaking up brown. So you're going to cast the Dancing Daggers. If it does not kill everybody on the other team, then you have the Lion Prince, who's going to destroy a row and then do damage based on how much yellow you destroy. You got the Yellow Storm, so it's going to be a bunch of yellow. Then you got Paladin there to finish off anything else, and it uses green, covering green. And then you got Totec in case you are getting really deep in the event and you need a barrier. You got the Light Storm. Just seemed to work pretty well. You could also use Strigic instead of Lion Prince there. I just wanted to shake it up a little bit, use something different. Alright, we're into the Faction Assault now. This is the low-level team for the Faction Assault of Fell Roost. And hey, Cunning, Triple Cunning Stone Slicer. You've seen this before, but it's different now. It's better now. We have Geomancer class. So, Geomancer class makes this team a little bit better now. So we have Cunning, Stone Slicer with Geomancer class. So, the Stone Slicer now does the correct amount of gem spawn and will get extra turns when it's supposed to. Before we had to use Sun Spear to make ourselves a Raksha, so we could have 4 Raksha. I guess the hero won't get the 12 or the third trait by using Geomancer, but still, you get more extra turns, and you'll get the 12 to the Cunnings way more often than you would with the Sun Spear class. So I think the Geomancer is a slight improvement to this team. I think this team is now slightly better than it was before, in that we have Geomancer. So now we can make our whole team construct. So the Stone Slicer does better. It gets extra turns more often. It's more reliable now. So you know the deal with the Guardians. Make sure they're fully traded. They do double damage to purple, double skull damage, double spell damage. You got to have them fully traded, fully ascended. You get them from being in a good guild. Even my level 20 freaking new account is in a guild. So I'll be getting, hopefully, Guardians really soon. So hopefully that's got to be a goal of yours. If you do not have all the Guardians, you need to get them, and you need to get them fully ascended and fully traded. And then keep an eye out for the Stone Slicer weapon, the Nimbus bow, the Rage Reaver, and stuff like that. Alright, so here's a mid-level team in case you do not have, maybe you don't have Stone Slicer. Maybe you're looking for more of a mid-level team. You don't have all of the mythics. It's good old Divinish Balakeelan. We have yellow. It's a yellow, Fell Roost is yellow-purple. So we're able to do one of the best teams in the game without a mythic on it. Did you guys know that I made a video with 15 teams that have no mythic on them? Like the 15 best teams in the game with no mythic. And I made a video, and I think it flew over a lot of people's heads there. And I'll link it at the end of this video. In case you made it this far and you haven't seen that video yet. 15 teams with no mythic on it. 15 of the best teams with no mythic. Maybe I just did a bad title or a bad thumbnail. But yeah, I'll link that at the end of this if you happen to miss it. But we got Rope Dart, Divinish Bala, Keelan, and Moon Rabbit. So this is the team. This is the Divinish Bala Keelan team right here. You might have seen it on my Yellow Guild Wars, but we have to kind of switch it up because we can't use Moon Rabbit. But now, since it's a yellow-purple restriction in Fell Roost, we're able to use the Moon Rabbit. So what you want to do with this team, the Moon Rabbit, you're hoping that has alignment early. So you'll turn blue to yellow. You'll get a bunch of yellow. You'll get everybody else on your team up. Then you're looking for red to skulls with Divinish Bala. You're looking for green to yellow with Divinish Bala. You're looking for brown to skulls with Keelan. And you're looking for purple to red with Keelan. So they go back and forth really awesome, the Divinish Bala and Keelan. So the Moon Rabbit's there as an empowered converter to get the whole team up very quickly. The Rope Dart's there because it's one of the best weapons in the game. It uses blue, and it's a free extra turn, free damage, and it hits super hard, and it's the best weapon in the game. And then Divinish Bala Keelan's there because it's peanut butter and jelly, and they go back and forth awesome. Like, Keelan turns purple to red, and then Divinish Bala turns red to skulls, you know? So it's really sweet. Plus the Divinish Bala turns green to yellow and gets the whole team back up. So that team's awesome, and it has no mythic. Remember, mix and match. These are just ideas for you. Alright, here's the high-level team. So when you have access to purple, you might as well use Zul'Goth. And this is just the fast Zul'Goth team that most people use for difficulty 12 Explore. A lot of y'all are doing Centurigon now, but in my eyes, the people that use Centurigon just don't have Fireblade at 100. And, you know, because if you have to cast the Centurigon, that means that your Fireblade didn't do its thing. Which it doesn't always, so I get it. I don't think Centurigon team's any worse than this team. I just think Centurion team is like people that aren't as far in the game, and they don't have Fireblade, and their skull spawn. They don't knock everything down with skulls with Fireblade, so then they have to cast the Centurion. Because most of the time you're going to cast the Zul'Goth, right? And then you're going to cast the Centurion to turn all those skulls into mana to get the Zul'Goth back up, right? Well, the hope on this team, is that you cast Zul'Goth once, and then a bunch of skulls destroy the other team, turn them into dust with Fireblade. So we don't need, most of the time we're hoping, we don't need to then do another thing after we put all those skulls on the board. But, hey, sometimes you do, like you're seeing right here. Sometimes it happens, so neither team's better than the other. If you like the Centurion one, go for it. But I kind of like the Fireblade and turning stuff to dust with skulls. And, hey, if everything goes perfectly with this team, it's way faster, too. Because bang, 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 they're all dead. But yeah, that's it for today. 8 teams for you for the Faction Assault in the World event. Chatathon Sunday, early morning. Like, share, subscribe. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.